Hey guys, Nick Farooqui here from the Extreme Training Academy, StreetSafe101.com, and of course IllinoisGunTrainingClasses.com. Just want to make a quick video for you guys here based on a conversation that I've been having with some friends for the past week or so about Illinois Conceal Carry owners utilizing their firearm in a self-defense situation. And before I get started, let me just say that all I want to do here is culminate some thought for you, and I'm really in favor of Illinois Conceal Carry. I think it's been a long time coming. Illinois being the last state, it's about time that we get it. And despite the fact that the media tries to make us look like a bunch of hoodlums, everybody's doing a great job, so just stay after it, keep fighting a good fight, and we expect a little bit of backlash anyway, so whatever, you know. But here's where the problem comes in for me. You know, one of the things that pushed Conceal Carry over was a lot of people stood up and said, hey, listen, the bad guy's gonna have a gun regardless what the law says. You have to be able to arm good people because we have a animalistic, a humanistic right to be able to defend ourselves, defend our homes, defend our loved ones, and possibly even defend somebody who may not be able to defend themselves. And I'm with that 110%. I've dedicated my entire life and my entire career to that particular cause. But the issue comes in here. I feel like a lot of people say that, but they don't follow through. So basically just bullshitting. All right, and I really don't have a better word for it. If you are choosing to exercise that right to be able to protect yourself and your home, your loved ones, or somebody else, you're also telling me that you have the responsibility, that you're taking on that responsibility to get properly trained in order to be able to do such a thing. What does that mean? Isn't 16 hours of classroom enough? No, not even close. The 16 hours that Illinois lays down in front of us, they require of us to be able to get your permit, gives you the ability to get your permit. That's it. Much of that 16 hours goes by behind understanding Illinois law, transportation, where you can and cannot carry, home safety, storage, cleaning the firearm, all these types of things. They eat up time, and there's not enough time of practical application. Now, if you guys watch the news, you even have instructors who are cutting the dry fire part right out of it. They're shortchanging classes just so they can make a quick buck and move on. Stay away from those type of guys, okay? You get what you pay for. But the fact of the matter is this. In our Illinois Conceal Carry classes, I do a lot of drills where I introduce stress, physical stress, emotional stress, and I'm watching experienced shooters, guys who can place, and gals, who can place a dime-sized hole in paper from 50 feet out, no problems, okay? But as soon as I introduce stress, they can't even get around into their magazine. They can't get the magazine seated properly into their firearm. Sometimes it's backwards. They're getting stuck running the action. The gun's doing all kinds of stuff. They're just fumbling this thing around. What does that tell me? That tells me that they never really did any shooting. What they did was they operated a firearm. They stood behind a static target line with a static target. They never saw stress, moving, multiple target engagement, light differentials and such. That's where shooting comes in. And if you intend to utilize your firearm in a self-defense situation, you'd better understand what stress feels like. That's called combat readiness, right? Aside from having those skills, you also have to have the skills to not shoot somebody. In close quarter, often the firearm doesn't even apply. You may have to engage somebody hand-to-hand or with an edge weapon or multiple attackers or ground combat. The firearm doesn't even come into play. You can't take an aggressor who's already 2 steps ahead of you, they've made some aggressive action, and then hopefully beat him to the draw by getting to your firearm. You have to engage, hands-on. So do you have those skills? If you're one of those people who are preaching that you have a right to be able to protect yourself or your loved one or your home or protect somebody else, then you have to develop those skills. Let me give you another example real quick. Just last week, I had a friend of mine who called me from a local gun shop and said, Nick, I'm standing behind a gal whose boyfriend helped her get a concealed carry permit. She's asking the gun clerk to help her decide on which firearm is right for her based on it has to be cute and it has to match her concealed carry purse. Now let me ask you something. Is that the type of person you want flailing a firearm around in public trying to defend her life or yours. No, it's not. She could be brought up to speed, I'm sure, okay? But the fact of the matter is that she had the mental capacity to pass the class, but not the aptitude or the skill set to be able to apply the concealed carry methods, okay? And she totally doesn't understand what stress is like. And let me tell you guys something. If you've never seen any type of combat, it's very stressful. Sometimes people might be shooting at you. You might be on, you know, scary grounds, gravel, ice, snow. There might be multiple attackers. It might be pitch black outside. You might have already taken a couple strikes to the face and you're kind of dazed. Could be anything, okay? You need to have an introduction to that particular training regiment and somebody guide you through so that we can develop the motory skills to be able to operate under those circumstances. That's what makes special operations guys so special, the way they train. That's what makes SWAT guys so special, the way they train, okay? And I don't want to piss anybody off with this video. What I want to do is help you think this thing through. Definitely enjoy your concealed carry permit, all right? But take that responsibility, go get the proper training to be able to effectively and efficiently utilize your firearm or not utilize your firearm, okay? Like I always tell people, having a gun is like having, you know, a hammer in your toolbox. But if the job requires you to paint, that hammer is doing you more harm than good. You have to have other tools, hand-to-hand, edge weapons, ground combat, and such, and develop this mindset of being able to defend yourself. So best of luck. I hope that you guys don't have to use your concealed carry firearm, period, along with any other defensive measures. But if you do, I really hope that you guys are taking the time to train and prepare yourselves for that particular situation. And if you don't want to come out and train with me, that's fine. Give me a call or shoot me an email. I'm happy to point you in the direction of other people who are teaching tactical firearms and hand-to-hand and edge weapons and all these other things that you can get your training from in an effective and efficient manner. Best of luck. I hope to see you guys real soon.